we're going to be having a look at our 5 times table today. So again, it's our last lesson in our multiplication unit, and our vocabulary is going to be groups, equal groups, lots of, arrays, repeated addition, multiplication and times table. And you are really good now at recognising our equal groups and making them, adding those together, using that multiplication symbol and creating multiplication sentences. We're looking at building our arrays and linking some of this to our bar model. We've covered our 2 times table and our 10 times table. Our last one to look at is our 5 times table. So let's warm our maths brains up this morning. Here we go. Here are your first 4 questions. Okay, so now you've had a chance to look at these questions, let's have a go ourselves. So I'm going to actually partition this one out. So I need to work out what 17 add 50 is. Well, I know that that means 10, and that means 7. And now I can add those together really easily. 50 add 10 is 60. 60 and 7 more is 67. So that's 67. Okay, so we've got 7 take away 1 equals 6. So 70 take away 10 is 60. Okay, we've now got a little problem to look at. Complete the sentences for the place value chart. There are tens and ones. I can see there are 3 tens, and I can see that there are 5 ones. Okay, and the number in total is 35, so that's 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. There we go. Okay, now it says which number is the smallest? So we have got 32 and we've got 29 written in words. I'm just going to write 29 in numerals to see what it looks like. Now I can see quite easily which one's the smallest. 29 is the smallest because it has got less tens. So 29 is the smallest. Let's put a circle around 29. Or I could have written the sentence, which would be nice if you'd written the sentence, 29 is the smallest. Okay, so let's look at our 5 times table, and it's going to look a really similar lesson to before with our 10 times and our 2 times tables. So first of all, let's warm our brains up by counting in 5s. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, just trying to show you the numbers. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and 60. Okay, so let's do that forwards and backwards again, nice and quickly. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. You still joining in? 60, 55, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, 0. I'm going to hide some easy ones. Let's hide this one, and this one. Here we go. Let's do that one last time. Oh, and I'm going to hide this one too. Here we go. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 60, 55, 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, 0. And if you would like to practice doing that, pop onto this little video and it will help you, and it will eventually lose all of those numbers. Let's have a go though at popping those times tables in sentences on. So remember, something times 5 is, so we start with 0 times 5. 0 times 5 is 0. Again, keep joining in. 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 5 is 20. 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 5 is 30. 7 times 5 is 35. 8 times 5 is 40. 9 times 5 is 45. 10 times 5 is 50. 11 times 5 is 55. 12 times 5 is 60. Pause the video and have another couple of goes doing that, just like we've done. Brilliant. Now you've become really good at saying it. Let's hide some of those answers. Let's hide these ones. Okay, let's do that one and let's do that one. Here we go. 0 times 5 is 0. 1 times 5 is 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 5 is 15. 4 times 5 is 20. 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 5 is 30. 7 times 5 is 35. 8 times 5 is 40. 9 times 5 is 45. 10 times 5 is 50. 11 times 5 is 55. 12 times 5 is 60. I'm going to hide a couple extras. See if you can have a practice with the hidden ones. Remember to say times 5 is Let's hide for you this one and this one. Have a go at practicing. Brilliant. Now you've practiced with some hidden numbers. Let's jump around and see if we can remember. 2 times 5 is 10. 6 times 5 is 30. 10 times 5 is 50. 8 times 5 is 40. 5 times 5 is 25. Maybe ask an adult to point to one and see if you can remember which times table it is. Is it 1 times? 9 times? 12 times? Have a practice. Now you're really good at practicing your 5 times table. Let's link our 5 times table to some pictures. So here we've got a picture of some cars. We've got 2 cars with 5 people in. So this one is going to be 2 times 5. Do you remember what that is? 2 times 5 is, brilliant, 10. Have a think. What 5 times table fact is linked to these pictures? Great remembering. So we've got 7 times 5 here. I find that a tricky one. I don't always remember it straight away. 7 times 5 is 35. We've got 6 times 5 here. So we say 6 times 5. 6 times 5 is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Ooh, we've got 9 times 5 here. Use your counting in 5s to help you. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. 9 times 5 is 45. So, can you do these ones without the pictures? Have a go. Realised for some reason when I'm on this screen it likes making some of my writing disappear, so sorry about that. Thought I'd got it all earlier. Okay, now you've had a go. Let's see. 3 times 5 is, did you get it? 15. 10 times 5 is 50. 7 times 5 is, that's that tricky one I forget, 35. Now this one, we could use our fingers to help because we got times 5 is 20. Let's count in 5 using our fingers. 5, 10, 15, 20. So that's 4 times 5. We could do the same with this one. Something times 5 is 55. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. So did you get it? 11 times 5. And something times 5 is 5. 5. 1. 1 times 5. Now this, I think, looks tricky, but it's not. 35 is the answer, so something times 5 is 35. Or 5 times something is 35. Let's have a think. Counting 5s up to 35. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. That's that 7 times 5 again. Let's count in 5s then up to 15. 5, 10, 15. So we've got 3 groups of 5. And finally, you've got it. 10, 12 groups of 5. Let's check. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Brilliant. Time for our thinking question. 4 times 5 describes this picture. But think about that 5. What does that 5 mean? Is it the total, the amount of carriages, the amount in each group, or the amount of steam clouds? Have a think. Well, let's think about each one. The total. Well, the total would be 20, wouldn't it? Because we've got 20 people. Is it the amount of carriages? 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 carriages. I think this one's meant to be a silly question. It's a silly answer, the amount of clouds. There are 5 clouds, but are we doing 4 times 5 clouds? No, we're not. We're doing 4 times the people in the carriage. So the right answer was this one here. Okay, so what are your activities today? Amazingly, they look just like or very similar to our 2 times table activities and our 10 times table activities. So here, this is how much money does Ron have? Can you write the multiplication sentence for us? And then could you draw a different picture to show me what 4 times 5 looks like? We've then got some missing boxes. Remember, use your fingers, count in 5s, maybe get your counting stick out and practice again, or watch the little video to help you count in 5s. We've then got those cheeky less than and greater than signs that you guys are getting really great at. Can you work out which one's greater than, which one is less than, and which one is equal to? These ones are a little bit tricky. You have to do this bit, work out what that bit is, work out what that bit is, and then add them together. And finally, get yourself on Times Table Rockstars. See how fast you are getting at your 2, 5, and 10 times tables. Looking forward to seeing your Maths on Dojo. Have a great day.